Hey, what's up guys? Tim here from Everyday Tactical Vids. Today we're looking at the Thrunite TN36. And to be honest with you, this review is taking me longer than I wanted because I had an idea for how to test out this light, and Brian from Survival on Purpose basically stole my idea. Now, he didn't really steal it, he just came up with the same idea and did it before me. I like him, seems like a good dude. Check out his channel, Survival on Purpose. But anyhow, because he did that, I had to come up with a different way to test this light. And the reason I got the light in the first place is because I've had good experience with Thrunite so far, and also this one has 7,300 lumens. That is just a lot of power for a very small light overall. It's not a EDC light necessarily, but size-wise, as you can see here, talking about 5 inches about from end to end, and then across the front there, between 2¼ and 2½ inches. So very compact light. It's about as big as the size of like a can of Coke, can of Pepsi, and 7,300 lumens. It does have your standard variety of settings. So you have Firefly, then you have a low, a medium, and a high, and then you have what they call Turbo, which is the 7,300, and then you have a strobe feature. So your different settings. On your high setting, 7,300s, on your turbo setting, 7,300, your high setting is 2,500 lumens, your medium is 850, your low is 130, and your Firefly, or what sometimes they call Moonlight, is 2 lumens. This one has a lot of similar features to other Thrunite flashlights that are out there. So they're ultra clear tempered glass, it's made of aircraft grade aluminum, it's got premium type 3 hard anodized anti-abrasive finish. So it's gonna have a lot of good features. It's just that 7,300 lumens is so much power. I was just like, okay, I gotta see this thing and test it out. So what we'll do is we'll take this out in the backyard at my house right now and just show you some of the basic settings and even the turbo setting, and then we have another test that I think will really impress you as far as the amount of light that this thing can put out. Before we head outside, I just want to show you real quick, this is what it looks like disassembled. It takes 4 18650s, so that's going to cost you some money up front, but they are rechargeable batteries, and so you're going to pay up front, but you're going to save money in the long run. And you're probably seeing now, if you are aware of what's happening with flashlights, more and more companies are going to 18650s. So it's going to be just, once you get a handful of them, it's going to be nice to have them to be able to recharge them. Once you have the upfront investment, I think you're going to be happy with that as the main way of actually powering up your light. Let me move these out of the way and then show you. Here's what the little holster looks like. Hook and loop there, and then you can run a belt through, through there, and that's stitched on both ends, or you can put a belt here and then clip this over. Now I did put this on my belt, put this over top, and this thing definitely moves, just the weight of it. And it's not super light. This is not going to be an EDC flashlight for just walking around town. You may be in a job where you're like, I need blinding light immediately on my side. This could definitely be the one for you. They throw you a little packet of items here. You got extra switch there, extra pressure switch, and then you have a lanyard and some extra O-rings. So that's what's going to come in that little packet. All right, let's take it outside and run through some of the basic tests. Okay, I'm out here in my backyard. We're going to do a very brief test just to show you some of the basics as far as what the light looks like, and then we're going to do the long distance high altitude test after that, and you'll see what I mean in just 1 minute. So first let's try Firefly. So that's what that looks like. You can't actually see it when I don't have my hand there. I'm shining it at my shed, which is about 40 feet away. Can't see that at all. Alright, so now let's actually scroll through the different settings. And here we go. You can start to see some of the reflection on the shed out there, and also the metal posts in the fence. So now we're going to scroll through from low to medium to high. Low, medium, high, low, medium, high. And you can definitely see on high. We could see the shed easily. We can see everything over at the on the playset quite easily. Now we're going to double tap and go to turbo. And you can, just see how much brighter it gets. This looks a little bit like snow that's falling down. It's just kind of a misting rain right now, but your turbo is just amazingly bright, Like, so I'm shining it right there at the structure of the structure portion of the playset, and I can see pretty much everything in my yard except maybe the 4 or 5 feet behind me, because the light is obviously shining out in front. So just very, very bright. Once again, I'll show you the strobe, and then we'll scroll through it again. Low, medium, high, low, medium, high. turbo, and then off. And let's go down to Firefly one more time and show you that. Alright, let's take it up a little bit higher now. So when the sun goes down later on tonight, let me show you where we're going to test the TN36 from. Right up there. Alright, I'm up high now. Up at the church's steeple, and you can see what it looks like down there. Everything's small down below. Just want to show you what it looks like during the daytime hours. Walk over to the other side here. Parking lot. Just to give you a sense of what we'll be looking at in the evening. Water tower over there. There's the parking lot. Take a look at the sunset. Over that way. Alright, let's wait till dark falls now. Alright, let's start off with the good news. The good news was that the light is very powerful and very bright and works well. The bad news is, because of it being nighttime, the camera really didn't pick up how effectively the light works. But what I want to show you is this. What you're looking at right now is the steeple where I took that opening video from. Let me zoom in a little bit here. You can see that. So that's where I was, up in that little Widow's Walk. You can see the railing. I'll zoom back out here. The light from up there shined all the way down into the parking lot, all the way over here, and then from where I'm standing here, all the way over to those trees. So let me just walk here slowly and show you how far the light shines. So it basically reached out effectively to this rock right here. From, again, now it's behind the tree, but up at the steeple to the distance of this rock, and then the entire parking lot from side to side. So needless to say, this thing is putting off a ton of light. Now it didn't light up the entire parking lot. It couldn't reach all the way to the other end, which is down there. But it did reach. When I get to this corner, I'll look back at the steeple and you'll see extremely far. So this is what I would say. If you were up in the steeple and you shine that light down, you could absolutely see a person. You could probably see an animal even, you know, like a cat, dog, whatever, something that size in the parking lot. From the steeple, anywhere in the parking lot, all the way over to that light post where I just started from. Very, very impressive. We're back in the studio now. We're going to wrap up our review here on the Thrunite TN36. Let's see, overall, I mean, this thing is just putting out a ton of power. It just, so much light that comes out of this thing. For me, as I think about this, this is definitely a compact spotlight that you could use. If you want to have a light in the car, maybe you work for, you know, EMT, police, something like that, and you want to have a small light that you can just take out and just have a ton of power to do some searching with, this I think would be a really good option for you. It's going to take 4 of those 18650s, so lots of power that it's going to require, but they're also rechargeable. So, you know, that's a nice option, just to be able to plug them in, recharge them, and go again. I mean, you saw how much of that parking lot this thing lit up, and I was obviously very far away. I wish I could have shown you that at night, but just the camera wouldn't pick it up really effectively. Just didn't look like much. So, you know, the upside is just tons of light. The downside is your price point. It's not super cheap, but if you want to invest in something that's going to give you a lot of bang for the buck, I think this could be a good option. Not an EDC light, but if, again, maybe you're in a line of work where you need to have even something on your belt that you could wear around that just has a ton of light. And I don't mean just law enforcement, military, you know, EMTs, things like that, but also maybe you're, you know, you work in a factory, you work in a large building that's got lots of dark places, you work on a ship. We've got a shipyard, a couple shipyards here on the sea coast of New England. So maybe you need some sort of super powerful light. This could definitely be a good option for you. Thrunite TN36, a lot of power, pretty impressive. It's going to cost you, but I think you'll be really happy with it. And again, my experience with Thrunite is their customer service has been really good. So check it out. Links down below. And as always, thanks for checking out our videos here on YouTube. Please subscribe to Everyday Tactical Vids on YouTube if you've not done so already. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, check us out on Instagram and Tumblr as well. Take care.